Good morning, dear children. Today we will study subject geography, chapter number 3, humidity and clouds. Before we understand what is humidity, it is very important to understand what is weather. Weather is a day-to-day atmospheric condition of a particular place. The important elements of weather are temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity and precipitation. In this lesson, we shall emphasize on the topic of humidity. What is humidity? Humidity is the amount of moisture or dampness present in the air. It is invisible. We cannot see it, but we can experience it. We experience dampness or dryness in the air throughout the year. Let's understand humidity with reference to desert area, coastal areas and mountainous areas. Talking about desert areas, Rajasthan lies in a region with dry and hot air. This is because it lies away from the sea. There is hardly any moisture in the air. So, you find people living in desert areas wearing loose cotton clothes, which keeps them very comfortable. Talking about coastal areas, in cities like Mumbai, the air is hot and humid. Why is this so? This is because Mumbai is very close to the Arabian Sea. The proportion of moisture is very high in the air. In addition, if dark clouds cover the sky, the content of moisture in the air increases. For example, during rainy season in Mumbai, the proportion of moisture in the air is 100%. And in the other season, the proportion of moisture or humidity is about 80%. Let's move on to the mountainous areas. Mountainous area like Kashmir Valley lies in a region with cold and dry air. Moisture is minimal in the air. People cover themselves with warm clothes. Moisture in the air is invisible, as we have seen. But even then, this moisture is a major component of air, which is taken into consideration while discussing the weather of any place. Precipitation or rainfall to occur in any place, the presence of moisture in the air is very important, and moisture adds up in the atmosphere due to evaporation. Now, what is evaporation? Evaporation is a process of converting water into water vapor or steam. Because of the sun's heat, the water gets converted into the water vapor. The process of evaporation is dependent on dryness, temperature and speed of the wind. Now, if the air is dry and hot, the rate of evaporation increases. The process of evaporation continues even in dry and cold air. On the other hand, evaporation occurs very slowly in moist air. If the velocity and temperature of the air is high, when we say the velocity of air is high, here it means the speed of the wind is high. If the wind is blowing very fiercely and if it is very hot, then the evaporation occurs rapidly. And if the wind is blowing slowly and the air is cooler, then the evaporation occurs slowly. Well, humidity is the proportion of water vapor in the air. Dryness or dampness of the air depend on proportion of water vapor. Air can hold moisture in a specific quantity at a specific temperature only. Now, as air cools down, its moisture holding capacity reduces. Now, what is this moisture holding capacity of air? To understand this, let's carry out an activity. Take a tray which is deeper in the center. Take a piece of sponge. On the flat part of the tray, make holes with the help of nails. Keep a sponge on the center of the tray. Make sure there is no water in the sponge. Pour water on the sponge with a big spoon. Keep pouring water with the spoon till the sponge becomes wet with water. Note what happens if you keep pouring water even after that. Now see here, when we were pouring water on the sponge, we expected that the water will get absorbed completely in the sponge. But students, we observed that the water which was poured initially got absorbed in the sponge completely. And when we poured more water on the sponge, drops of water started trickling out. Here we can conclude that the water holding capacity of the sponge is fulfilled after a certain limit, and this makes it saturated. Similarly, air can hold moisture in a specific quantity at a specific temperature only. And when the proportion of moisture in the air exceeds its vapor holding capacity, then precipitation occurs in the form of rain or snow. Let's understand this in detail. During winter, the moisture holding capacity of air is low due to the low temperature. And when we exhale on the glass or on the mirror, the condensation of water vapor present in the exhaled air takes place. As it affects, very thin water drops are found on the glass of mirror. And during summer, the moisture holding capacity of the air is high due to high temperature. And when we exhale on the glass of the mirror, the water vapor present in the exhaled air gets absorbed in the air. Therefore, no water drops are found on the glass of the mirror. Now here, the humidity in the air is expressed in two different ways. Number one is absolute humidity and second one is relative humidity. What is absolute humidity? The amount of water vapor in 1 cubic meter of air is the absolute humidity of the air. It is expressed in gram per cubic meter. Let's understand absolute humidity through an example. In coastal areas like Mumbai, the absolute humidity is higher than that of interior areas like Pune. Absolute humidity is higher in equatorial areas, which are hot areas, while reduces as we move towards the colder poles. The distribution of land and water on the earth and the seasons also affect absolute humidity. The next type of humidity is relative humidity. Relative humidity is amount of water vapor present in the air expressed as percent of the amount needed for saturation at the same temperature and same volume. Relative humidity is expressed in percentage. The formula of relative humidity is absolute humidity divided by vapor holding capacity into 100. To understand relative humidity, we have to study the relation between temperature and water vapor. If 4 grams of water vapor present in the air at temperature of 20 degrees Celsius, then the relative humidity will be 27%. If more water vapor is added to the air at same temperature, that is 20 degrees Celsius, then relative humidity increases. Means, if water vapor increases, then relative humidity is also increases. When this relative humidity reaches to 100%, means at 100% relative humidity, the air is fully saturated. If more moisture is added, then the water vapor starts to condense. Condensation means the process of changing of water vapor in the air into water is called condensation. And if the temperature rises, the air can contain more water vapor and simultaneously relative humidity decreases. And if the temperature falls, the air cannot contain as much water vapor and simultaneously relative humidity increases. When relative humidity reaches 100%, the air cannot hold more water vapor. The temperature at this point is called the dew point temperature. When the temperature falls below the dew point temperature, condensation starts to form. I hope you all have understood what is humidity and how it plays an important role in the condensation process. Let's understand this with an example. If the absolute humidity of the air is 15 gram per cubic meter and the vapor holding capacity is 15 gram per cubic meter, then what is the relative humidity of the air? Given that absolute humidity is 15 gram per cubic meter and vapor holding capacity is also 15 gram per cubic meter. The formula of relative humidity is absolute humidity divided by vapor holding capacity into 100. That is 15 divided by 15 multiplied by 100. Then the relative humidity will be 100%. That means relative humidity of the air is 100%. That air is said to be saturated whose relative humidity is 100%. I hope students you all have understood till here. We'll continue in our next video. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.